Clinical psychology was born based on the opinion of Hippocrates that every behavior, including symptom of illness, originates from the brain. It's just what it's meant by the brain is expanded into nervous and specifically for behavior. The notion of the brain is substitution with psyche, soul, mental, or mind. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Dewa Aisrinadi with number edification student is 46121010052. I'm from Mercubuana University and majoring psychology. In this video, I'm going to explain about clinical psychology, starting from its definition, characteristic, basic point of view, aspect of personality, and also role of clinical psychology. This assignment was uploaded to fulfill the major assignment for English for Psychology 1 course by supporting lecturer Mr. Sunardi SPD MECOM. Okay, the first topic is clinical psychology history. Between 1896 and 1946 were important years in the history of the development of clinical psychology. Leitner Whitmer is a psychologist who can consider it as the father of clinical psychology because in 1896 he founded the first psychological clinic at the University of Pennsylvania. And that years also is considered the year of discovery of clinical psychology as a profession. In 1914, 19 psychology clinics had been built and the number increased sharply in 1935 to 87 clinics. Well, the basic guideline and reference in understanding the notion of clinical psychology are the definition of psychology established by the American Psychological Association or EPA clinical section. And in 1935, the American Psychological Association's clinic section agreed on a formula regarding clinical psychology as follows. Clinical psychology is a form of applied psychology that intends to understand the behavioral capacities and characteristics of individuals which are carried out through measurement, analysis, as well as providing suggestion and recommendation so that individuals are able to perform proper adaptation. The next is the characteristic found in clinical psychology, namely, the first is have a scientific professional orientation. Because the use of scientific methods and psychological principles is providing assistance to individuals suffering from psychological intervention and evaluation. The second is showing the competence of psychologists because clinical psychologists are trained in using psychological guidance and knowledge in their professional work. The third is displaying clinician competence because trying to understand other in natural complexity and adaptive transformation continuously. The fourth is scientific, using the scientific method to achieve precision and objectivity in the way of professional work while continuing to validate each individual handle. And the last is professional, because it contributes more important humanitarian service to individual, social group, and communities to solve psychosocial problems and improve the quality of life. Okay, furthermore, in 1992, APA also put forward a more recent definition. According to Division 12 in the Societal of Clinical Psychology, as follow the field of clinical psychology integrated science, theory, and practice to understand and reduce incapability, disability, and discomfort and promote adaptation. performance adjustment, and personal development. The next is the basic viewpoint of the clinical psychologist. For a clinical psychologist, the difference between normal and abnormal only has a meaning that is not so significant. A clinical psychologist thinks more about knowing human beings as a concept of adjustment and readjustment, which is in a constant process and is concerned with a continuous and active process of adaptation to the environment and tendency that exists within the self. The task facing the clinical psychologist is to understand the problem faced by the patient and the way the patient solve or tries to solve their problem. If the solution to the problem is right, it's called a good adjustment. However, if it's not appropriate, it indicates a mismatch, maladaptive, or psychopathological. Legally, in jurisdiction, a psychologist is a person who is deemed qualified and registered to practice and use the name of a psychologist. Such a clinical works as a person independently carrying out healthcare duties or in clinics, organizations, hospitals, the military, and so on. In a very broad text, just deviant behavior occurs because of something that causes or accompanies it, which can be scientifically traced and changed by trained people. Okay, let's move to personality aspect. For the purpose of the theoretical orientation of clinical studies on personality, there are three aspects of personality that generally need to be understood, namely motivation, capacity, and control as stated by Ricard. The first is motivation. Motivation is what is meant by motivation is a psychological need that already has a certain style or direction that exists within the individual, which must be fulfilled so that our psychological life is maintained, that is to always be in comfortable and homeostatic equilibrium state. In the beginning, the psychological need was only in the form of basic strength as a psychist, what we know as a power, not yet a directed force. However, then it turned into a factor called motivation because it has both strength and direction, which in psychics we know as a factor. The existence of this direction illustrates that humans do not only have needs but also the desire to achieve something according to their needs. Nah, according to Abraham Maslow, in humans, there is the main basis for the occurrence of behavior and life in the form of hierarchical needs, namely psychological needs, security need, social needs, and the need for appreciation and self-actualization. The second is capacity. Capacity is the characteristic of an individual who is adjustive, including and especially in this case the intellectual capacity to achieve their own goals and to meet the demands of their environment. The importance of understanding the capacity for clinical psychologists is to estimate in what areas and how strong individual has a source of stress, both in a state of frustration, conflict, and when experiencing and being in a state of a change. The capacity needs to be known in order to be able to take into account the possibility of the individual's total optimal output. Usually, environment sources that hinder the appearance of that capacity optimally influence the emotional aspect. The third is Control. Control is a process carried out by individuals when using their capacities and managing or controlling their impulsive motivation into channels that are useful for self-adjustment, which are socially acceptable. The role of clinical psychology. The professional tasks of a clinical psychologist, as stated by Kendall, is to implement the basic principle of clinical psychology as an applied science. In connection with their professional duties, there are several rules that a clinical psychologist has a professional, namely, the first is can be intervention like therapy, counseling, or etc. And the second is assessment, psychodiagnostic, evaluation, and the third is teaching, and the fourth is consultation, the fifth is administration, and the last but not least is research. Sigmund Freud was told us that being entirely honest with oneself is good exercise. I think that's all I can share to you today. Thank you for your attention. Sorry if I have a mistakes, and I hope this is useful and we always in a good health. See you all. Thank you. Bye bye.